Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Madam Azma binti Ismail. I'm Warame Berohadid. As a leader of this group, our group will present the mechanical component for the subject methodology for final project. So our group will choose spanner. Spanner is a tool that is used for mechanical advantage, like pull out the screw or performing the torque. Every day, all our people will use spanner, especially for mechanics or technician. So, spanner comes in various types, such as open-end spanner, combined spanner, and adjustable spanner. So, our group will choose combined spanner with a size of 14. So, why we choose spanner? Because spanner fulfill the specs for the this project, which is linear, angular, surface roughness, and roundness. So, where is the part of the spanner that can be measured for this aspect? The linear part of the spanner that to be measured is the handle of the spanner. The angular spec for the measurement for the spanner is the open end part of the spanner. For the roundness measurement, the part that we measured for the spanner is the box end. But not least, for the surface roundness, the part to be measured is the surface of the handle of the spanner. My friend will tell you how to measure all of these aspects next.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Ifah Fitri Baumat Prodi. So my task is to measure the linear parts of the spanner. So let's see how it is measured. Okay, firstly we can measure the spanner by using a ruler, a basic ruler. So we take the ruler and lining up on the spanner exactly like this at the zero end of the ruler on top of the open end, inside the open end of the spanner. And we take the reading at the inner side of the box end. So the reading is 126 mm. Okay, next we can measure the linear parts of the spanner by using a vernier caliper. This is a 150 mm vernier caliper with the resolution of 0.02 mm. Okay, then we measure the spanner. Open the internal jaws and place this end at the open end of the spanner, and the other side of the internal jaw at the inner side of the box end. Then if you done turn the locking screw to hold the scale in place so it doesn't move. Then we rate the metric scale first, and then metric scale first, and then the vernier scale. So it is past 12, so it means 120 mm, and we search the parallel line. So it is 123 mm.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Aisyah and I would like to present about the roundness of the spanner. Firstly, I want to tell the definition of the roundness. Roundness is a component that described as round if all point of cross-section is equidistant to the common center. Okay, let's proceed. There are two methods to measure the roundness surface, which is instructed data method and extracted data method. So we choose we block in the instructed data method to measure the open and box end of the spanner. The procedure of the V-block method is firstly, box end and open end of the spanner should place in the V-block and rotate in with the contact of dial gauge. If the part is perfectly round, the pointer of the gauge will not move. The 3-point method is greatly influenced by the spacing and face profile irregularity as well as the angle of the V. Thus, the result obtained may not accurately reflect how the component function, nor will they provide information useful of the machine tool that produced the component. I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Nusri bin Asri. I am in charge of the surface roughness of this spanner handle. Okay, before we start measuring the surface roughness of the handle of the spanner, first we need a roughness standard plate, or known as roughness nail comparator. Second, choose the desired roughness of the comparator. To measure the roughness of the spanner, first we must run our nail across the comparator. Then, at the same time, we must put our second nail at the surface of the spanner. If the roughness of the spanner is rougher than the comparator, that means the spanner fails the roughness test. But if the comparator is rougher than the surface of the spanner, that means the spanner succeed the test, roughness test.
My name is Muhammad Syahmi bin Mufazzil, and I am in charge in measure the angle of the spanner. For angular measurement, I measure the part that have angle or sharp corner, and for this spanner, the angle part that I measured is the open-ended head of the spanner, and the tool that I use just the angle gauge. Now, I will tell you the procedure on how to measure the angle by using the angle gauge. Firstly, select the blade of the angle gauge that appear to match the angle of the part and hold it against the workpiece. And second, use a strong source of light to look for a gap between the angle and the blade. Third, if there is a gap between the angle and the blade, try using another size of the blade until the entire contact fit perfectly. And lastly, read the measurement of the angle that marked on the blade